Welcome to The Other Dimension with the team, Dane Penny, Ben Winfield, and Louisa Brown. We guide you through the supernatural, the occult, and the unexplained, answering questions that will make you question your grip of reality, with special guests guiding you through everything from demons to divination, cryptids to crystals, religion to skeptics. We explore in depth the true meaning of the unexplained. So strap in, kick back, and enjoy as we enter the other dimension.
What? That's stuck. I'm sitting there, I'm like, and he just got stuck on the last screen. I was like, what's going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It's The Other Dimension. It's your Friday night paranormal fix with myself, Damon Penny, aka the Paranormal Viking. And I am joined by the paranormal power couple, the Winfield / the Browns.
Stop beatbox, because me and Damon always seem to beatbox at the beginning because we forget where the window is, so we just start randomly beatboxing.
The old school. Like that. Right, let's get through this. Tonight is a massive recap on everything we've gone through, so anything goes tonight since we've covered it before. So let's do the housekeeping. Guys, the YouTube channel is growing. I want you to head over there. We are now doing a monthly conspiracy show. Me and Ben will be doing a monthly conspiracy show. That will be aired out invitation only because it is no holds barred. Thanks to everyone that locked in last night. That was an amazing show. Secondly, we've got TikTok because we are down with the kids now. So if you like your shorts, I've just put one up about just a brief history of alchemy. Head over. If you want to search us on TikTok, it's at One Other Dimension. That's number One Other Dimension. Ben's going to be putting up stuff there. We're going to be giving you like little short videos. We only got 3 minutes and just go recap and all this sort of stuff. Also, Discord, guys, merch ties selling really well. Links are below. What else have we got? We are live a talk in Warsaw on the 24th of September. I'll be putting more information up on that soon. Ben's show on Sunday, carrying on from Egyptology. He's talking about, I think it's the first dynasty.
The first dynasty of Egypt, covering. Sorry, guys, I'm currently inhaling chicken nuggets, so.
Brilliant.
I'm here. I'm just eating my burger off screen.
Yeah.
So much coming for you. I know I promised the Patreon guys a Jack the Ripper follow up. I haven't had time to do it today as I literally only got in from the gym about 45 minutes ago. So I will be doing it. Oh my God, the question straight away. Right, we're going to cover that. Don't worry. If that's the next era gaming, we'll get to that. So I'll be putting it out tomorrow for all you Patreons. If you want to join the Patreon, it's as little as £1 a month. All you have to do is head over to patreon.com/Other Dimension. I'm not going to plug it anymore because you guys, if you ain't there, you're missing out on some really good stuff. So let's see who's in the chat room. Shouts out to Kate. How you doing?
Hi, Kate.
The Colour Me Pinkish. How you doing?
It's the best name I've ever seen, Colour Me Pinkish.
100%. 100%. Big shouts out to Mum locked in the garden. At to Vonnie.
Hey, Vonnie.
Big shouts out to New Era Gaming. We're going to ask you a question in a minute. Yeah, man. Big shouts out to everyone locked in. Well, we'll start off with this one. We haven't covered it. I know we're supposed to be doing a recap. Big shouts out to Jeanette as well. Are vampires real?
That's coming from Colour Me Pinkish's son.
Oh, is it?
That sounds like you again.
This is one of them questions. I've been asked this about 8 or 9 times, right? And the only way I can describe it is that the concept of vampires that we see in the Hollywood movies and things like that aren't real. But vampiric behavior is. There is a illness where people have to drink human blood. And it normally comes from over time where you constantly drink blood. You start craving hemoglobin and craving the iron because blood is just full.
Sorry, I turned into a vampire.
I'm
anemic.
I like that one. Just little head. I'm anemic.
It's all right, guys. For anyone that's worried about my safety, she's literally on a pure steak diet. I only get a fresh meat all the time, so she's perfectly safe. For now. Any other comments I will leave till after 9 o'clock.
So when it comes to are vampires real? Yeah, no, vampires are real in the sense there is a vampiric curse, disease, whatever you want to call it, where you crave human blood, but it only comes around. It's just like if you take drugs, then you become addicted to drugs. It's the same if you drink blood, you become addicted to blood. And I think the name for vampires comes from the name of the disease because it's some really long Greek name and it starts with like vampirics something. The
idea of the vampiric side of it when it comes to sucking the blood and sucking the energy out of something comes back from the Middle Eastern traits of a category of jinn known as vampirics. Now that's to do more with the human body when it comes to the electrical field. You would be the pup is literally barking like mad.
Nuggets.
It's to do with the energy flow. So they are trying to drain the energy flow off the human body. Same as demonic attachments, any spirit that we go on about tries to drain that energy. So you can have vampires, but they don't fall under that category. Like Damien's just said, they don't fall under the Hollywood category. They're not going to suddenly sink into your neck and start drinking you.
You get energy vampires nowadays, don't you?
Yeah, you get
more about that now.
Yeah, you get energy vampires.
Yeah, that's when they drain your energy when they're out. What you have to remember is a lot of the time with the Hollywood concept, i.e. the Hollywood concept of poltergeist, which I'm going to be doing a TikTok video on soon. I think next week's one is on about poltergeist fact. Any sort of Hollywood way of looking at things is very over embellished. You know, they sort of play on that old folklore and the old tales and stuff. Because you have that film Underworld that's with vampires versus lycanons, which are like some form of werewolf. I do believe when it comes to werewolf, that's based around the rabies disease. That's why we get this whole transformation in the moonlight sort of thing. I don't think they're real either. They
came about, actually, you might like this, actually. The first werewolf sighting was in Germanica. So, like nowadays, Germany.
Yeah.
It came from the Germanican tribes. So, the Helvetios tribe, where their warriors put on skins of animals and were said to take on the embodiment of these animals to become greater warriors. Thus, be given, as we move through the centuries, on to Vikings with the berserkers, that wear the animal skins and wolf skins, taking on the characteristics of animals. Growing fights. Now, this is where it comes from. Same as shamans in Native American belief, where also they have the transformation of werewolves that they would put on the animal skins and they would become this creature. That's how it all started.
Right. Well, yeah, when we talk about Vikings as well, don't forget that one of the main sort of things that they used to, well, they call them creatures, they're called Vanguard, was Fenrir, the wolf, the giant wolf, wasn't he? Son of Loki or something. It's Tyre stabbed him and lost an arm for it. So, yeah.
There is an ailment where you can become allergic to silver. I do know a few people that are actually allergic to silver. It's actually more common than people realise.
I am.
So,
it gives me if I wear silver jewelry, it gives me like a weird sort of skin rash.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
same with garlic. There is people that are allergic to garlic. The whole reason the whole garlic thing came about was if you have garlic in your diet, it actually prevents you from getting bitten more by mosquitoes.
Yeah. Also, garlic helps. It's an immuno booster as well, so it boosts you up as well. So it stops you from getting like illnesses and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm allergic to silver. Not a big fan of garlic. Maybe I am a vampire, and I'm a count, and I love to count. Let's do it.
Yeah, just embarrassing yourself in.
Yes, almost like with the. Oh, right. I got to send some shout outs. So, Colour Me Pinkish and your son, I hope that sort of answers the question. Guys, if you have any questions tonight, hit them up in the chat. We'll go straight to them. Big shout out to Christina Phelps Bell. Ben, what you're eating is on the 20 chicken nuggets. So, yeah.
20 chicken nugget diet.
Big shout out to Annette locked in, who was like listening to our conspiracy show last night. Absolutely amazing. Right, so let's do a little massive recap on what we've done so far. Oh, we've got to obviously cover the fact that Lou done a divination show last week, Thursday, and there was a late comment on there saying divination is dangerous, don't do it. Now, I think we should give Lou a chance to defend herself on this comment. What do you think?
I don't know. I know she is dangerous, but I don't think the divination is dangerous. But I'm going to hand over to her. And let her say it.
Hang on, let me just hold it.
Let me put
Oh.
down.
Just-
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm just knowing food, so.
Got to prepare herself with a glass of wine.
Oh no,
Yeah.
just. That was funny. It's like, what do you say? They've not even got an actual profile picture. They're clearly just a troll. And when you go onto their page, they've got Bible quotes.
At the end of the day, the way you got to look at it, Lou, is you've done a lot of divination. I've done a lot of divination. Ben done a lot of divination. Ben stares into the devil's eyes to do divination because he's that much of a dark lord. Still sitting here breathing chicken nuggets. So at the end of the day, divination isn't dangerous if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but
Repeating on you. Wine and McDonald's repeating on you.
it's because I need it quickly so I could join the show. Because I won't eat on screen.
Yeah.
I generally don't care.
I don't care. But has no manners.
I am an animal. I
We
am
know
a
you
dog,
are.
and I'm quite happy.
It's okay, honey. It's
Oh,
okay.
I apologise if I'm making really funny faces. It's not because I'm having a seizure or like some sort of attack or anything. I've got pizza stuck in my teeth and I can't get it out. And it's really, Joe One Wednesday really bugs you. And you're like, but yeah,
Oh, dear.
I just thought we'd clear that up. The fact of divination isn't dangerous. It's the same as anything within the paranormal. As long as you know what you're doing and it's done safely, you're safe. It's as simple.
Yeah, I don't exactly go into like deep, dark, nasty stuff anyway, do I? I go into stuff that's like it's okay for people just to practice at home in the like safety of their own home. It's not exactly like, you know, someone's gonna come out and attack you. You're most likely to have someone break into your house than you are to do the divination that I've been showing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Put something out there very controversial.
Yeah.
When it comes to divination, and this is no disrespect to anyone that's Christian here, or no disrespect to anyone that's watching, but when you do the Lord's Prayer, you're summoning.
Oh yeah, basically, yeah. We're not. By the way, we're not clarifying that you're summoning something evil. You're just
No, but you're technically summoning God to watch over you.
yeah, exactly. I forgot what I was going to say then. Oh yeah, no, right. We better not obviously tell them that normally when Lou does her divination shows, that she sacrifices a goat beforehand. We'll keep that as a secret, okay, guys?
It's children, remember? Because I'm like, wait, I'm old school witch, aren't I? So I sacrifice children.
Yeah, baby Wiccan.
No, old school witch.
Oh god, right. So on the recap as well, we did do a show covering alien encounters and alien stuff like that. Just to update you guys, since I've been looking into the sky trumpets. Ben was nice enough to literally let me spend 4 weeks of my life wasting my time to then after 4 weeks tell me that it's something to do with the weather controlling system that they're building, the weapon. And it turns out after further research that is the main conclusion, even though it hasn't been the main conclusion. So, obviously,
research doesn't matter. Whatever research it is, research is never wasted. Sky crumpets.
Oh, I love crumpets.
Completely different phenomena. We're talking about sky trumpets. It's on Patreon. Sky crumpets are amazing. They're pretty much like the Philadelphia Project, like the cream cheesy sort of thing. So,
automatic writing.
Yeah. Question from Philip Harrison: what about automatic writing? Any experience with that?
I'll let you guys go before I start doing the scientific mumbo jumbo.
I have tried automatic writing. I've done it while holding the pen. I've done it live on a Facebook feed on Truth Collective. I literally sat there with my blindfold and tried it. To be honest with you, and this is just my personal opinion, it's not me stating facts, I don't think it works. I think it is a subconscious muscle movement that allows you to move the pen. I think when you sort of place your hand in that position, because you've been sort of writing all your life through school and stuff like that, I do believe it is literally you just start moving the pen because it's mind muscle connection. Does it work? Maybe. I've done it on a planchette as well. Joe, you put the pen in the planchette, you have to screw it in and out. I've done it on that as well. But then you have like the involuntary muscle spasms and the mind muscle thing. I don't know. I don't know. Lou does a lot of divination. She might be able to answer it better, but I don't believe it works.
You've covered that, yeah?
I've not covered that yet, no.
Go on, leave you to explain.
Oh, you want me to explain? Thanks, Bunny. Like Dan was saying, part of it can be like the ideomotor effect. Same thing when you're using like a spirit board to communicate. You've got your involuntary muscle spasms, and you try and do something. But I think if you try and get into a proper like mental state about it, like properly disconnect from everything, and just relax, which is really hard to do when you're on the live or being filmed or anything like that, or you're on an investigation, you've got people around you. It's something that's better to do like if there's just two of you in a quiet place, because then you can properly disconnect. You're not going to feel like everyone's watching you.
Yeah.
And then you can invite the spirit to come forward, and they're using their energy to affect your electromagnetic field to be able to move it, and it can work. It's just whether half the time you see it done on lives and stuff, it's like, is that real or is that not real? I think most of the time it's not real, but there are possibilities for it to actually be a real thing.
Yeah, it's not that sort of smoking gun bit of evidence where people see it and they go, oh, it's got to be spiritual. 9 times out of 10, when you do it on a live or anything like that, people go, he knows what he's drawing. Because I mean, you guys know, you can close your eyes, you can write your name because of that mind muscle connection. So you don't know if you're. I mean, I've seen it happen. I tried the little experiment with Truth Collective where we done like a collective psychometry experiment where I was doing the automatic writing. I had people at home on the live doing automatic writing as well. And there was correlation between the 4 people that done it. There was the same shapes and the same sort of thing. So that was quite cool. I didn't know how to explain that. I was like, not unless we all colluded beforehand and decided to draw a heart, because there was a heart on every single one. I don't know. But it was quite, I don't know. When it comes to automatic writing and divination and things like that, I don't know. Shut up. Oh my God!
Would you like to go to mine?
Yes, everything comes out and he's like, I need to drown my sorrows. Yeah, I don't know if it works or not. I mean, I watched Lou's divination shows and I'm like, it actually works. And then I'm like, oh God, I feel like a dick now. Because I'm on the show going, yeah, it don't work. So I'm going to leave an open mind. We had a question here. Christina said, Ben, what is it when I hold something of someone's, I can feel things from them?
Psychometry.
Thank you for answering that, Ben. Yeah, sorry he didn't answer that, Christina. He's probably got about 16 chicken nuggets stored in his cheeks right now.
He's like a hamster. Sorry, I mean a big wolf. He's a hamster.
Bonnie said, I sorry, Dale, are you saying I'm not about this? Bonnie said that was an interesting experiment, Damon. Guys, I'm on the move, bear with me. Yeah, it was with the automatic writing. That was really, really cool. I really, really enjoyed that. It was more of a collective psychometry experiment where I was trying to see if we can sort of collectively send out thoughts and energy and that. What else you got? Right. Well, I've just been informed that Truth Collective, next time we go live, we'll be using an automatic writing planchette. So there you go. I've just been told, even though I'm the boss, I've been told.
Won't work. Won't work.
Why?
Tell you that straight away, it won't work.
Why's that?
Because the more people you put on, the more energy flow can be interrupted.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. Didn't think of it like that way. Jenny, how you doing? At to Jebski. I think Supernatural live tomorrow night. You guys going with them?
No, neighbour's birthday party. It's a 50th.
Right. Okay.
I
So,
will be getting very, very intoxicated.
You need to charge your phone because it's going down.
Oh yeah, birthday party here tomorrow, so I shall be doing the same. So me and Ben will probably be about 10 o'clock tomorrow night texting each other how much we love each other and how much we'd like to see each other's bare chest. So I'm only joking, guys. Jeanette, I did it with you that night, Damon Straw, but words came through to me. Jeanette, I've come to the conclusion, right, that you are just a spiritual magnet and things just go and there's nothing anymore when it comes to Jeanette. In a nice way. Kate saying she wants to do it once. Try it out. I mean,
Yeah, let's do it.
with the automatic writing, I know that you can trace it back to the occult histories and that, and you can
Yes,
trace
you
it
can.
back to you had the Beverly sisters. They started with the automatic writing, didn't they, and stuff like that. But I know for a fact because didn't Aleister Crowley start channeling at one point, and he was channeling supposedly demonics, and he was using automatic writing to do that, wasn't he?
Alex Garland was a lot of things.
Advertising your book here.
Yeah, I'm just getting some free advertising at my workplace here.
Right, Jenny's saying we are live tomorrow night, so guys, catch Supernatural tomorrow night. They're normally live around about 9 o'clock. Last week's one was really, really cool because Lee took an absolute beating. So big shouts out to Lee because he took it on the chin like a champ. I've got to give him that. He really did. So, and it was their fault because they didn't take Ben and Lou with them. So there you go.
We'll be joining them up there in a couple of weeks, I think.
What other shows have we done? We've done shows on.
We've done stuff on the demonic orders. We've done stuff on not so much on the angelic orders because I'm busy working through a lot of them.
Covered the demonics because you've already done all the seals and the way that they sort of hierarchy sits out, and you're working show coming up about that at some point. But I mean, have you come across any more information where the demonic sort of hierarchy has changed? Because you said to the listeners, there's always the same three at the top, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a few more changes that I've found through more stuff and talking to people that are in that sort of.
You're so cryptic.
Shall we say trade?
That's what it is.
And
I found some stuff with talking to people who've done stuff in a trade and blah 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 blah. Yeah. Do we get to know the information?
I was about to explain the information.
Well, you know way around it, aren't you?
Look, we have to start calling him the fortune cookie because he's always really cryptic, isn't he? He's like, be like water break rock by fitting any container.
Water is slow. Water will move brick.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's exactly it.
No, there's always seems to be ball at the top. So no matter what, it always seems to show that Hadad or ball is always at the top. But when once you get outside the demonic order and you're a bit higher up, everything seems to still change. It's the same as politics, let's face it. Yeah,
pretty much.
There's always a rise and fall in things.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to I don't know if anyone's got Audible, but there is a book on there called The Sandman, and it's sort of like a modern version of what the Egyptians believed the god of sleep was. I think called him Morpheus. I think he has the same name in this one, but he loses his helmet and he loses his shield and loses his armor, and they're given to Lucifer, Shaitan, and Hadad or Baal in hell, and he has to go and visit them. And it turns out that they're all in the same place, and they're all running hell for themselves. So, I mean, if you really want to check out, if you're into Audible books and you really want to check out something that's going to make you think and sort of bring that sort of back history of the occultology and the demonology up to present day, check out The Sandman. There's 2 parts to it in Audible, and I think you get 1 credit free a month as well. So it's worth like checking them out one a month. What are you laughing
at? So, slightly off topic, but you know how I posted a picture of me wire wrapped crystal necklaces last week? Yes. Yeah, someone's just commented on it.
All right.
It's quite funny.
Is it? What does it say? Go on.
Hold my
yeah.
wine.
Hold my wine.
Right. I wasn't expecting this would work. Sure, miracles so fast. Within 48 hours, my lover was back in my life, asking my forgiveness. I want to express my gratitude to Chief Love Spell. I'll never forget all the joy and happiness you gave me in a hurry. You can speak to him for counsel and solution on your relationship and marital problem. That's Dr. Real Love Spell. Ooh.
So-
Cats! Sorry.
So, guys, do we want to see me do another one like I did with the another phone call?
Demon cat. That's Anubis. No, that's Ronnie. Reggie. There you go. Yeah, no. Oh, big shout out to Natasha. Welcome along. Do you know what? Right, I've been like my auntie and my mum have been Wiccan since I can remember, from like when I was knee-high to grasshopper, right? And I was always taught love spells don't work. Always.
Never do.
No,
They go wrong. They turn into infatuation spells.
yeah,
It's
but
again
I'm
one of
right.
the main rules.
The reason they don't work is because you're trying to influence free will. Right? Yeah. Right. Cool. I'm cool with that now. All right. I just wanted to know that because I've been taught that all my life, and I don't want to feel like I've been lied to.
Anything that incurs on the act of controlling of free will is direct against nature's law, so it will be condemned.
You can do spells like between two people to like, strengthen a bond,
Yeah.
like, increase happiness, that kind of thing. But
Both
Oh, okay.
yeah, both need to give consent and do it.
All right. Okay. This is a really cool question because I don't know if Ben's actually going to answer it, right? But next era game is asked, do you believe in a religion? And if so, which one? Let me just clear this up for next era gaming, right? Ben is really cryptid about his religion. He won't just go, I am blah blah blah. He goes, he's very cryptid. All right. So, thank you, Kate. That was Reggie. I'm Norse. I believe in Vikingism, or Norse, or heathen, or paganism, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm Viking, and I do believe in it because it was something that's close to my belief system. Lou is baby Wiccan, so no, Lou's old school. She's an old school witch, aren't you, Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think on November the 5th, we're burning her at the stake, so that'd be quite fun.
What? Oh, the listening. Sorry.
I said on the November 5th, we're going to be burning you at the stake. Oh, we might dunk you.
I've lost.
Oh, you think that's pig you're eating?
And fireworks.
Oh, yeah. Now, handing over to Ben, would you like to explain to New Era Gaming if you believe in original and which one it is?
There's a lot of mystery about it.
I follow a certain belief pattern. One of the many things that I follow is Anubis, but I do not follow the Egyptian belief system.
See?
Remember last time how people turned off when you're saying you follow like Anubis and everything because they thought you're like a necromancer or something?
Everyone, literally, as soon as I said it, everyone thought it was a necromancer, and I watched the scale go from 11.
When Damon's just said about them, burning me at the stake.
Went from 11 to 3, and then slowly came back on as people just went, he's a Satanist? He's a necromancer?
No,
none of them. And if you know Anubis properly, then you know that it isn't anything to do with that.
I could see people going, all them lovely pictures that Ben puts up of horses and cows in a field. I can only imagine what happens after he takes the picture. Yeah. Right, so just a quick one. Phil Harrison says, I remember watching my nanny stare into open fire and give a reading from the flames. She was old school Wiccan. I've heard of this, but it's not stemmed from old school Wiccan. It's from before that, because the Egyptians used to do fire staring, didn't they?
Yeah, I did a show on it on pyromancy.
That's the one word.
It's one of the oldest forms going.
In fact, there's still like the old flame that's original one, isn't there? That's still going. I can't remember exactly where it was.
Quite a few of them still going.
No, I mean the main big one. I printed out the photo of it and everything, but I can't remember it because it's like a few months ago.
Well, we all know that the Red Witch in Game of Thrones practices pyromancy.
Go, well, I'm still watching it. I will slap you.
Oh, you can't. I know where you are now, so I can go sort of before that. So it's all good. Colour Me Pink is asking, for those who don't know, who is Anubis?
Anubis is the jackal god, not jackal-headed, as people say. He is the jackal god.
Mm-hmm.
He is the keeper of the dead. He escorts the people. When it comes to Egyptian belief, he escorts the dead through traveling through what they believe is the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there he helps people weigh their heart against a feather. I'm going to cover him more on the show. That's why I'm not covering too much here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's basically the god of the afterlife, which sometimes gets confused with Set.
Yes.
Because Set is the god of the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
Anubis is a bit lower, but Anubis is the oldest Egyptian god going.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's also, you'll know him. He's also referred to in other religions, like for instance in Viking, call him Horbard. In Christianity, or I think it was the Greeks that started it. He was known as the ferryman. Used to put the pennies over the eyes. Ferryman used to
No, different person.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, if you look into the history of when it is, Anubis is actually belonging to the category of what's known as the dogs of omen. The dogs of omens.
Yeah.
It's something today, so I can get it.
No, George is not here.
Kate
The dogs. Oh,
was
go on, buddy.
Ben, by the way. She says it's a waste of time. I completely refute that, right? I completely refute that because I think once you've watched it the whole seasons from like 6 times that I have, you realise the storyline sort of transitions. That's the way I look at it. So I don't get disappointed because when the last one, because I watched them live like every day, every time they're on, because I was obsessed with it, and I was so disappointed. And then I was like, I watched it again. I was like, okay, makes sense now.
Hey, come on. This is the first time I'm ever watching Game of Thrones, so I've managed to avoid everything.
Kate saying basically he's Egyptian Hades, I think. Are they the same people?
No, Egyptian Hades would be Seth, or Set. More like Anubis is more like the 3-headed hound of Hades. Guards the underworld. If that makes sense.
I'm trying to think what they called that. There was a
I can't remember what to call the dog.
Yeah, that's what it's there in my head, but
I know he's called Fluffy in Harry Potter. That's about it.
Oh,
Would you be Fluffy? Oh, I love it. What are they called? I know the 3-headed dog is different from hellhounds. There's 2 different types, isn't there?
No, same Cerberus. Yeah.
Cerberus.
No, same breed. Hellhounds that you see in the UK, like with stories in the UK of the black dogs and stuff like that. So yeah, even next gen.
Oh, sorry.
That's one. Yeah, even he put Cerberus. My mind escapes sometimes with names, guys. We all know this. But it's part of the same breed.
I sort of describe my brain, especially when it comes to the show, as like a library that's only got enough shelves for certain things. So what I have to do is get rid of certain books to add new information in, because it's like, wow, it's like there.
To put an interesting thing on this as well, is that same breed which are known as the hounds or the dogs of omens.
Yeah.
Skinwalkers are part of that same breed.
Yeah, they're half and half, aren't they? Yeah, because I read about this because I bought a book on Skinwalker Ranch because I'm really like interested in the whole Skinwalker Ranch theory, the theory that they're able to communicate. Because there is a famous ufologist, I can't remember his name, but he charged like $6-7 grand to do communications of the 5th kind or something. He does lasers in the sky and he gets answers back. Yeah, people like Ariana Grande and big stars like that have gone out of him. I can't remember his bloody name, but I will find out for you guys. And I read that skinwalkers are half hellhound and half like what do they call it? Like a resurrected spirit.
The Native American shamans that
That's
went too far into what's known as the animal magic transformation, stuff like that. And they became more the animal than the person.
yeah. Then the resurrection made them almost half man, half animal.
Yeah.
And that's why these skinwalkers are native to certain parts of America, because that's where the native tribes used to obviously. Yeah. Right. Okay. Colour pink. I think we've just done that actually. Okay. Now, what is a skinwalker, and is there really a skinwalker ranch? There is. Yes, there is. There is.
A friend of mine, I am trying to get on the show, but he hates talking about it. He used to be a security guard there, but he quit after about 48 hours. He just could not. And this guy was he was a Royal Marine. He was solid. He'd done many tours, and I went to work, and then just.
Then Jenny's out. You'll be right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's hardcore, man. I even said, like, when they were on live.
On last week on Jenny's live saying that was it you, Damon, saying that his nightmares are scared of him.
Yeah. That's me all over, and I can't take anything seriously. That's the problem with me, and people get really, really wound up with it. But I don't really care. Right, Kate has a question. Talking about animals, do you all have spirit animals, and what would they be, or what are they? This is completely out of me. I don't know. If I had a spirit animal, it would probably be like an abyssal chicken, or some form of like some form of I don't know, sloth with no legs. That's what my spirit animal would be.
But you,
yeah, it would have the head of a chicken and the body of a. Yeah. Hand this one over to you guys because Ben has lots of experience with spirit animals. So,
as anyone that's ever worked with me has experience with that animal.
Let's put it this way: if you whistle on an investigation, Ben's spirit animal comes along and destroys fucking everything. Excuse my French.
Okay, you actually want me to go first? Yeah, okay. Well, I tend to have a little wolf pup that was a rescue in spirit world. She tends to come along with me. And then I've also got a parrot. Is it? Like Phoenix. Sorry, I just got flashes of colour in my mind then. A phoenix as well. Sorry. Yeah.
Which we have had people on investigations verify for us.
Yeah.
But would Phoenix come under as a spirit animal, or would it come under as because they're known as like fantasy animals, aren't they? Like they're almost like fae, aren't they?
Depends. Prime example of it is when it comes to that sort of thing, when people think more of mythological creatures.
Yeah.
Taking the Chinese calendar, for example. Chinese are well known. They were well documented in their times. They were a hell of a lot more advanced than we were during the original ages. Their calendar consists of 12 or 13 animals.
You talk about Chinese calendar. I think it's 13.
Yeah, 13 animals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every single animal on there is a living animal, bar one.
Oh yeah, because you've got the dragon, haven't you?
Dragon.
Yeah.
Why would you have a calendar with every single animal going and then just put one fake one in? You wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at it in that sense, that does make perfect sense. Got a really odd question here. I have an art. I don't know if I have an answer or not. Christina says, I have an odd question. Where I live, people with big homes have guard dogs or lions made of stone by their long driveway. Do they have a meaning? I think they do. They're basically going to turn around and saying to you that they've got a crap load of money and you're poor.
It's to go back to old school religions again. If you was to have these outside your house or outside your kingdom or outside your temples, they were said to come alive and protect they were said to be the like embodiment of that animal, and that spirit of that animal would appear if the property was in trouble or anything like that.
Yeah.
Basic example, if you look.
But nowadays people just use them because, like, I'm rich. Here's my stone line.
It's more of a Chinese cultural belief because they used to do it with the dragons and stuff like that.
It's the same sort of thing as gargoyles on churches. They're used to ward away. Yeah. So it's that sort of thing. So I hope that answers your question, Christina. Another one. Cunny Pinker says, all the YouTube channels that I've watched about Skinwalker Ranch don't seem real. Any suggestions on what to watch or read that is more realistic? I tell you what I'll do. I've got a picture. I'll get a picture of my book because I can't remember what it's called. Who wrote it, but it is called The Skinwalker Ranch.
There is actually a document. There is a document. I can't pronounce a word. Documentary.
Yeah.
About Skinwalker Ranch that was actually done by the people who own Skinwalker Ranch, and it's worth a watch.
Yeah. I mean, just be careful when Ben sends you documentaries because they normally come with warning. That's what
once. Yeah, as Jack says. There you are.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Dragons were real. Cool. Do you know what? The best of the Discord link is expired. Jack, bear with me. I'll stick another one up. I don't test things because I'm an idiot. So I will sort that out. Dragons were real. We had Jade on the show because we were going obviously with recaps. We had Jade on the show talking about dragons. She knows a lot about the mythical creatures of like dragons. Other mythical creatures you have like phoenixes. You have what's
mermaids?
What?
Mermaids.
Oh
Taxman.
Mermaid. Yeah, because we got
taxmen are real, honey. I'm sorry.
We've got to include both pronouns, so they're mermaids and mermen now, okay? And then you have
the mer peoples.
We have merm people and merm neutrals. So yeah, that obviously. And there was I see what a picture of one. Someone was put it up.
Oh, it's Jacko. I hope Jack. Sorry, I didn't realise it was you.
Skinwalker, the TV show. What's the mythical creature that is like a horse, but it's all skeleton-like and it's got wings? I'm not talking about Potter either, okay?
You're on about the horse that Death rides.
Yes.
Yeah, it's part of the apocalyptics. Can't remember the name of the horse.
Right. Cool. So,
apocalyptics.
I got that bit. I missed the also bit.
Yeah. The horse is made out. It's just nothing but skeleton.
Right. So another thing that we did cover as well, that I think we need to reiterate now, sort of we've got more people locked in, was the traditional imagery of the devil himself and does Satan actually exist? We covered this on a show a little while ago, and we was explaining that the fact of this whole concept of the red devil with the horns and the pointed tail and the pitchfork is all derived from Dante's Inferno, and that the people say that Lucifer is the devil. He's not. He's a fallen angel. Yep. So I thought I'd bring that up. Oh, and we've got more questions. Pegasus is a winged horse. Yep. But that's Greek mythology, mythical, isn't it? Pegasus. I don't know.
No, you'd be surprised. The winged horses don't just appear in Greek mythology. They actually appear in quite a few other mythologies around the world.
Question for Ben. I know you study a lot of Buddha. I have them everywhere. What does it mean, if it means anything, sort of thing?
What, Buddha?
Yeah.
Means whatever you want it to mean. It's supposed to mean, well, Buddha's supposed to bring happiness by rubbing its tummy and stuff like that.
That's the one. I wonder why people keep rubbing my belly, actually.
Yeah, people find it hilarious when I do a Viking show and I hold it up. Everyone rubs my belly as they walk past. God knows why. Everyone's been doing it. It's become a trend now to rub my belly as you walk past onto the field.
That was quality. Joe, I think I see him do it when we was at Blood Axe. I was like, okay, strange.
You will do. I'll hold the wire up. Everyone rubs my belly as they walk in. Because I no longer part in the field anymore.
I watched them do it. And I was like,
it's what usually find part of the festival. Is it still called that in the real world?
Thestral's different kind of horse, but yeah.
So it's still going for window.
Thestral is.
Thestrals is you're only supposed to be able to see them if you've seen death.
Thestrals are actually the name for the mythological horses. So Pegasus and stuff like that, and other horses.
We've got a live question from someone in the kitchen. Going over to caller 1. What's your question? Oh, right. Okay. Mum's asked what we would class a leprechaun as.
Small and annoying.
Yeah, small and annoying. There you go.
Leprechaun are classed as fairy folk.
Yeah, Faye. That's what I would have gone with.
But they are literally part of the British Isles fairy folk.
Yeah. They're basically a troll or a goblin that's in a good mood for that day.
Yeah. The British Isles has literally the only classification when it comes to fairy folk for some bizarre reason.
That's a banshee, Mum. Mum said, according to Irish legend, leprechauns are supposed to wail at the sign of death.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure. I thought that was banshees.
That's what I just said. I thought it was banshee. Oh, so yeah, I suppose banshee wails at a funeral. I don't know. I mean, the Irish have got a lake that's bottomless as well. So, yeah. So, I'd love to tell you guys a story of St. Lucia one day from Veneto, which is their Santa is as creepy as hell. Do you know what? We'll be doing a Christmas special this year. We're going to be inviting on some of you, the listeners, and we are going to be doing the legends of Santa Claus and Krampus and stuff like that. So, Kate, if you'd like to come on our Christmas special and describe that would be really, really cool. I've literally only just thought of that at the top of my head, so I thought that's a good idea. Another one for Lou. Lou, you're very popular tonight. Does the moon actually play a big part in spiritual, magical world like the stories say?
Yeah.
Great answer. Fantastic. Raw.
Straight answer, yes.
Yes, it does. Ben can explain the science behind it.
Oh.
You really want me to explain the science behind it?
Yes, we like the scientific facts.
How long have we got left?
You got 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
13. But we can go on for longer. It's fine.
Go on, honey.
Right. Really quick, Moon. It's to do with the energy transformation when it comes to light particles. So basically, light particles reflect off the helium-3 that is on the atmosphere, which causes them to change wavelengths, thus bringing in a different frequency to the planet. These can obviously change as you can get the aurora borealis. Different colours in the aurora borealis are to do with different light frequencies that are affected by the energy frequencies that come from the sun. So, e.g., you get an electrical. Oh no, my brain's gone flat. Photons. That's the one I was looking for. A different photon reacts with different energies, thus creating different lights. Same principle as when you get neon lights. Different chemicals when neon lights provide different colours. So when them same light particles are hitting the atmosphere, they create the aurora borealis. Keeping that in mind, when you look towards crystals, why people put the crystals out in light, the same thing happens with them. When that light frequency comes in, it affects different crystals, thus charging them crystals up with that energy, but also withholding the chemical compound of that crystal enhances it. So with jade, obviously, when you put moonlight onto jade, it's a different frequency. It can enhance the abilities, healing properties of jade. I hope that kind of explains it as quick as the best we could.
Yes. You're good, aren't you?
I know what I actually thinking about it as well. Like the moon. Oh, don't forget the moon does affect the tides as well, so it must have its own sort of energy. Yeah, definitely. Oh, we've got a new listener. Big shout out to Dan Murphy. No, moon's just a mirage and a reflection. Dan, please don't tell me you're a flat earther. That'd be cool if you are, though. Actually, Bonnie saying Buddha, the enlightened one, teaching the path to nirvana. Very true. I think that's the mainstream way of looking at Buddha. If you look at it in the sense of Buddha almost follows occultism because it talks about the fact of using your own energy to channel your energy, and a lot of occult rituals is all about channeling energy.
Yeah, Buddhism is basically to do with chi, so challenging your chi within your body. That's why they do not condone any death whatsoever, because life is pure energy and it is against nature's law to take away that energy. You do not have the right to take that energy.
And also, Buddhists practice a dance called the Qui-Gon, which is a dance that increases the chi in the body. And anyone who's got TikTok has watched my alchemy video would know that, by the way.
If anyone has ever seen any video of me,
Oh no.
that is the same thing that I do.
Well, not any video of you then.
There's a
Oh,
few
that's all
videos
right.
of me.
Yeah, but there's some. Not all.
Dan, has anyone else seen a red triangle in the sky before? I have photos. It had what appeared to be sparkles flowing out the top. I have heard of this phenomena plenty of times. Not looked into it. I think it's one of the things that I need to look into. I'm going to finish Messages of Deception first before I actually look into it, because I find the author Jacques Vallée has a really good way of explaining things when it comes to UFOs and stuff like that.
I'll put that carrot on a stick in front of you when you get so far.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Bonnie's very impressed with you, Ben.
Cheers, Bonnie.
Here we go. Kate saying, Benaloo, why don't you just open your own school of witchcraft and wizardry?
Copyright laws.
Well, you don't have to call it Hogwarts. You can call it Hog Spots or Hot Skins Tags or something instead of Waltz. I don't know.
No, I used to teach, but then obviously the curriculum changed. If you notice nowadays,
You can
RE
teach at universities. That's what he's saying.
RE isn't taught at school anymore. So people stopped going in to do religious studies when it comes to universities. So there was no need for me to carry on.
No.
I am happy to teach people. However, I do have two rules. One of them is
Give me all the money.
you have to be you have to be willing to learn, because if you're not willing to learn, I will not waste my time teaching you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to listen to what I say, not because I'm saying this is how it is. It's because this is how it is. This is how it has been for thousands of years.
And he gets ranty
Yeah.
otherwise.
And
And I'm the one that gets to listen to his ranting if you don't
There's
listen.
nothing you can say or do to change the fact of this is how it is.
So basically, guys, do not question Ben. And
No,
number
question
two,
me. Question me, but
when
if I give you the answer, accept it's the answer.
and number two, when the bowl goes around for the collection, at least put 20. All right, guys. Philip Harris is saying, teach me, oh wise one. Trust, it will take you years to learn. I've been learning from Ben now for near enough 2 years, and I think I may have just dipped my toe in the paddling pool of Ben's knowledge.
I keep getting more. I'm still learning. A true I was always told a true master will never stop learning until the day they die.
100%. 100%.
And then all that happens is the subject changes. Then the cat starts to learn more.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's in Buddhist teachings as well. Even when the monks reached enlightenment, they still believed that they had more to learn. And I think that goes to most things in life as well, especially when it goes to spirituality and stuff like that. Never
That's
claim.
the reason you can't pin down my religion as well.
Don't question Ben. Don't question him. No more questions in the chat room, right? Okay. No, it's right. Go ahead, guys. No, I was just saying, like, especially when it comes to like the paranormal, spirituality, anything sort of like outside of the mainstream Abrahamic religions, it's all about knowing yourself and knowing that you still have more to learn. Anyone like me and Ben always said, and Lou has always said, if you claim to be an expert, then you're not an expert, because no one will ever sit there and say I've learned everything I need to know about a certain subject. Not even Hawkins claimed to be a mathematician, an expert in maths. Do you know what I mean? So
there is a quote that I keep in one of my books, and it's an old Chinese quote, and it says, "When questions are asked, two people learn."
Yeah,
the master and the pupil. So never be afraid to ask questions.
Oh, Colour Me Pinkish, she sits up with a good one here. I'm sure you don't know about this. That's a brave statement. I live very close to Aurora, Texas. They were supposed to have a Roswell type experience before Roswell. They had buried the alien body in their cemetery, and hold on, it carries on. It was moved because of people being stupid and stealing its marker. Can you look into that and know your opinions, please?
Yep, it is small, unmarked grave. It is roughly 4 foot 3 inches, 4 inches, I think. They did recently find it on a UFO show that I was actually watching, which was quite interesting. They did find it with penetrating radar, however, it did not give up the location. And the evidence that was there was the fact that a body had been buried. It was the size of a small child. However, the child's body was fully grown.
Yeah.
So this gave more evidence to the fact that this child creature was actually full height of a child, but the body was fully grown.
And also, when she says about let you know your opinions on this, Ben said I'm aware of the ground penetrating radiation, the fact that they found a fully grown child, which is crazy to have. But if you also watch Bob Lazar's documentary, where he talks about where he worked in a certain place within Area 51, he says that the biologists that were working on the bodies of the aliens that landed at Roswell were known as the kids because they were around about 4 foot and 4'2". So that sort of pins into the whole fact of more than likely was landing before Roswell, but because of the time they didn't know what they were dealing with. There's a show on Patreon that I done where I took a quote out of Jacques Vallée's book Messengers of Deception, where he talks about the fact of they don't want people to know because it allows fear to build in something that they can't control. So if there was a landing in this place, then it would have been covered up, because that would have been the first one recorded. You had Roswell was supposed to be the big one, and then you had Rendlesham after that. Then you had like the big triangle over Boston and stuff like that. But I think that is the earliest one, apart from all the cave drawings and the hieroglyphs that show age and stuff like that. So yeah. Philip Harris, he did ask this earlier and I completely missed it, so let's go for this one. There was a report of a hellhound attacking a church in the UK. Do you have more information about this? I don't, but I'm sure.
I did the first ever occultology history and science show was about the hellhound church, as we looked into the quantum mechanics of the electrical field, and due to the fact that this attack happened in the middle of a thunderstorm. The evidence is still there on the church. I can't for love nor money remember the name of the church because it always escapes me. The markings are still on the church door, and the actual beast is actually buried in the church yard.
Joe, we always get this right towards the end of the show. People go bam, 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 questions.
I just point out.
No,
Damon. I'm showing up for Christina. Christina, let's put this. Ben lives to have a private membership page. I will pay. Christina's just the sweetest person you could ever meet. I love Christina.
Yeah, I will never charge. I never charge for teaching. Ever.
I do.
That means I can choose who I teach, and I will only teach people that are honest. So, Christina, don't worry. You ever got any questions, just ask.
Colour Me Pinkenstein, I've been there and have pics with the rock that is supposed to be its marker now. I'm very impressed you even know. Send us them pictures. That'd be quite cool to see.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them. I've never made it there myself yet.
No, I have seen pictures before, but to be honest with you, the pictures that I see that were put up by a guy that is part of the MoveOn umbrella, the Mutual UFO Network, it seemed really photoshopped to me. So it'd be good.
I'm banned from MoveOn on Facebook.
I'm getting there. I've got to get to your status, but I'm getting there. Dan's asked, okay, here's another weird one. I and 2 others were stargazing a cluster on a beach when suddenly about 5 stars started zigzagging at fast speeds. The other stars stayed normal. We all witnessed it. It will be very hard, Grass. I see aliens as interdimensional, not intergalactic. I've always been that way. It's not that I don't believe in them. I just believe them as interdimensional more than sort of like, extraterrestrial, basically. It does, but it's sort of
that's it.
When we talk about occult in itself, there is a famous quote that we said it a few times on the show, where millionaires study the stocks and billionaires study astrology and the stars. So that could put him in that.
Yeah. Orngate is the name of the place.
Oh, right.
St Mary's Church. I always forget where it bloody is.
I thought
No,
it was deep as well.
I swear that's not far from me. It's in
No.
Hertfordshire.
No.
Sorry.
Hold on, go on, go for it.
Hang
I'm-
on.
I'm
Where
really
is...
geography.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, the Blytheborough Church.
Yeah, yeah.
They're off. It's only the started by the church.
Bible Church is Norfolk, isn't it?
Yeah. It killed more people. Bungay Church was damaged, struck by lightning. Blah blah blah
Oh.
blah blah.
Got a really cool question here, actually, from a good friend of ours, someone that always locks in, Robert DiBernardo. Big shout out to you. I got talked into performing a seance to communicate with my friend's dead husband. Any advice?
Yeah, make sure it's him you're actually talking to. Ask the question that you know you'd only be able to answer to.
Yeah, I was always taught that when you are communicating with someone that you know, you try to get some form of information based on that only you and that person would know to make sure.
Yeah.
When you're talking about seances, anything can come through. You basically...
Yeah, Norfolk Way is the church.
Oh, right. Yeah. Norfolk. I knew it was that because Martin lives up in Norfolk. So, yeah, I knew it was something.
Well, it's technically in Suffolk.
Yeah, Suffolk, Norfolk.
It's on the border. Like literally part of it's in one county, the part's in another.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, then.
Pretty sure I drove past it going up to Marnie's. A good example of this, Robert, when we're talking about confirming who you're talking to in seances, me and the team a long time ago done a investigation with Essex Ghost Hunters at Kelvin and Hatch Nuclear Bunker, and someone was coming through on the board, and it turned out to be my mum's mum. And to confirm this, Mum asked how many kisses were put in birthday cards, wasn't it? Yeah. Because she always put the same amount of kisses in a birthday card, and the answer was 21, and we got 21 on the board, so we knew he was communicating with that person. So, yeah, take Ben's advice, make sure you communicate with them, and also just make sure you're protected when you do it. You know, nothing like a paranormal condom to keep you safe.
Yep.
Yeah, and always say goodbye. Always say goodbye. Don't be rude. Yeah, put your hand over the planchette when you say goodbye as well. Colour Me Pinkish, where do I send them?
Send them to the show.
Yeah, send them to the show.
Send them to the show. We'll put them up for everyone.
Facebook.com/TOD Paranormal. Just send them. I'll post them up there and we can have a look. It's pronounced Bungie.
Yeah.
Right.
Bungay.
Wow. I said Bungay.
Sorry, it's my accent and it's Damien's inability to actually pronounce English words because he's from Essex.
Yeah, I just about talk English, so yeah, pretty much. It's a hard G, she's saying. Kate's saying a hard G. That was my nickname when I was in the streets. Anyway. Hard G. Jack saying, in the Skinwalker Ranch TV show, there are multiple witnesses that say they've seen UFOs fly into the basin or the rock formation, which to me seems interdimensional. You done a show on this when we were talking about geological rock forms and how they, because we started talking about Stonehenge and how stone electromagnetic, or used to until they replaced the stones. Remember?
Yeah. Also, I've spoke about Dulce, New Mexico, where people see UFOs going into the mesa there, which is an alien base. And I say that openly due to the fact that I do know someone out there, and if you speak to them about it, they literally will talk to you square in the face and say, yes, we know the base is there. Yes, we've seen things. Why is everyone shocked?
Also with Pima Punka as well. Pima Punka is another rock formation, because I think Pima Punka is built on the side of a mountain, isn't it?
But no, that's no, Pima Punka is on the side of the mountain. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's another show. We're going to do a show because that comes under fate.
Yeah, the faces are, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Giant's Causeway in Ireland?
Yes.
Yeah, that's we'll cover that on the Faye show, won't we? Yeah, we'll cover that.
On that one if you want.
Yeah.
The theory. Mum wants to know the theory. What's the theory on the Giant's Causeway?
The theory, as in the myth, or the theory scientifically?
I would go scientifically because I read somewhere that it was a geological phenomenon where it was something to do with magnesium and potassium reacting in the rocks that caused it to be 50 pence pieces.
Yeah, it was also a natural land bridge up until the seawater rose, obviously covering a place called Doggerland, and wiped it out. And if anyone wants to know where Doggerland is, if you look on a map or even type in Google, Doggerland is the land in between the UK and France where the Channel Tunnel is.
Yes, and it never used to be a sea, it used to be a whole civilization. And if you watch our shows, you'll understand that the UFO landing in Rendlesham had a binary code on it. That code gave you the London latitude, supposedly where Atlantis was, and that was in Doggerland.
Yeah. Little place called it was a place called Little Babylon that was off the coast of Cornwall.
That's it. We've got so much to go through. Kathy says I was told to ask 3 questions to make sure at least one being no and personal questions. The rule comes into most things, whether you study Wiccan or occult, we always have the rule of 3. It's the big power number when it comes to things like that. Kate saying, sorry, I'm protective of it. Oh, you're very protective of Bungay. Sorry, my bad. Right. Cool place. Christina said when she was 7, she saw a spaceship in the sky over my head. I have dreams about this. I had a UFO experience when I was younger, but I don't know if it was because I was completely ratted and drunk and was walking across a golf course that probably done it for me. Yeah. I've never heard of this. As a child, I remember being told about Jenny Greenteeth. It was told to me, keep away from the local canal.
Yeah. Small child that drowned when they pulled out her body because she'd been in there for so long. Her body had got entailed with the algae in there, causing her body to go green.
That's nuts.
She is said to haunt all, most, if not all, the canalways. You get it in the UK. It's also in America. It's said to be out towards more the swamp areas, if I remember correctly, in America.
Yeah,
more like backwater lakes and stuff like
that. Yeah, because I've heard stories of cryptids like the swamp creatures, and what's it called, the creature of the lagoon. I've heard about that. Another one, right, guys? We have got to wrap this up. So I tell you what, we'll do another 5 minutes, and then we've got to wrap it up. Jack says, I had an out-of-body experience when I was a child, watching myself sleep. Any thoughts on what this could have been?
basically what you say.
Yes, an out-of-body experience. My brother, an astral medium, he's able to transport himself out of his body so he can see himself. So it's some scientists say it's just subconscious, because when we sleep, our subconscious goes into overdrive, and with the serotonin that's generated in the brain, it allows us to have a more active imagination. That's why 9 times out of 10, when you're dreaming, you dream of creatures and monsters and mythical lands. This subconscious can also overwork and make you feel like you're having an out-of-body experience. But my brother has experienced out-of-body experiences. And just to throw it out there, his spirit guide is normally naked and just wears sandals and socks. That's quite cool.
There's more evidence to suggest that it's an actual out-of-body experience rather than a conjuration of the mind's capability.
Yeah. Yeah. And, but with what Ben's saying as well. It's like a drum and bass MC all of a sudden. The brain, we're told the brain only operates on 8%.
Oh my gosh.
Able to manipulate matter and our bodies, so that the case of the spike of serotonin. So yeah, could be that. Any more questions, guys? Because we've got to wrap this up. We've got a couple more minutes left. Don't forget to lock into Ben's show on Sunday. Trust me, guys, the Egyptology shows are really, really cool. Lou, have you got another divination show planned? Not, I think it's next week, isn't it, or the week?
Yeah, it is. Next Thursday.
What we doing?
I'm going to be looking at bibliomancy.
Bibliomancy. So you're going to be reading from the Bible?
Not just the Bible.
Bibliotheca.
Just books. Books,
yeah.
Not the Bible. I love the history of it and whatnot, but yeah, we're not going to the Bible.
There's a guy on TikTok. He gets like, the Swiss cheese, And he goes, cheese of truth. And he throws it down and it gives you all the words. It's like your best friend has to buy you McDonald's. It's like, oh my God, it's so cool. So yeah, looking this Thursday coming, Lou will be doing a show on bibliomancy. What else we
Yeah,
got?
What's your dog?
oh, the dogs ran off with my sweet curry sauce.
Got, okay, and wish me good luck. Jade is going to dye my hair pink.
Ah,
Good luck.
we need photos
I
of
might,
the process as well as the after.
I might leave the sides grey and do the top pink. What do you think?
Beautiful then.
Yes, big shout out to Kate. I'm completely aware of that. Bungay is Viking. Yes. I think in Danish, bungi means dense field. If I remember rightly, I'm learning Danish.
I've got a Viking book I can give you to learn Old Norse if you want.
That's the thing. I can't. That'd be cool because I can't learn Old Norse. So I thought, I'm going to learn. But so far, I know that hedge means hello, and that's about it really. I just about to talk English, so learning another language is going to be hard.
True.
It's an old word.
Oh, what time Thursday, Lou? It's at 8, and you do it at 8, didn't you?
8:30.
8:30. Here's one to finish the show on. This is going to be the last one we answer. A very good question from Jack. He says, is there a connection to science and the occult? For example, the Shiva statue, I think, on the same location as the particle collider. The Shiva statue.
Oh my God,
There has been no other question that's designed better for Ben than this question right now. Right? This is your time to shine, my friend.
Is there a connection to science and cultology? Yes, there is a massive connection. The connection is so big, I actually do a show on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything that once was considered occult is now being shown to be scientific evidence. So yeah, there is a very large connection when it comes to that sort of stuff. As for the Sheba, the woman with 8 arms, it can be Sheba, it can be many different things. Kali, the goddess of death within the Hindu belief, also has 8 arms. The Hadron Collider also has 8 accelerators in it. So I'm just going to leave that one there and end it on that.
I love it when you do that. Right, guys, don't forget, lock in on Sunday for Ben's show. He'll be going live from 7:30.
Yep.
And you also got on Thursday, you've got Lou's show, which will be live from 8:30, studying bibliomancy. If you are part of the Patreon, I will be uploading the second part to the Jack the Ripper conspiracy tomorrow. So look forward to that one because I'm doing it tomorrow before it gets hot. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Yeah, and next week's show, we haven't decided yet, but we might just do another one of these because I'm enjoying these at the minute.
I've got something that I'll be bringing next week show. Oh, God, the dog's destroying my slippers. For next week's show, which is the occultology, well, the AI system that Google uses, which is DeepMind. They switched it on, and obviously all the information on the internet, so all the occultology information on the internet, this system has provided some more demonic and spiritual seals that haven't been seen for over 2,000 years.
Oh, mate, I'm looking forward to this one.
I've got some of the photos of the seals. I will draw them out so we can put them up on here.
You're going to draw them out?
Yeah, I'm going to draw them out, which
no,
didn't work out well last time.
We know what happens when you draw some ancient seals.
For anyone that's interested, last time I drew an ancient seal, pretty much all the mediums I've ever worked with went, what the hell have you just done? Because we've just felt something all the way across the UK.
Basically, it was like something just suddenly made us go, woo.
No, it's cool because we can link that into the fact of, the Russians were planning to take every bit of information to everyone in the world, but we was against it. Facebook managed to do it with our own with us volunteering it. So yeah, we'll definitely show on that next week. Look forward to that one. But from us, from myself, and from Ben and Lou, look, I got it right. Look at that.
Hey.
We're out of here. Same time next week, guys. Keep it locked. Jack, I'll put up the Discord in the other dimension as soon as I finish on here. Take care, everybody. Good night. And remember, if there's no other explanation, there is always the other dimension. Good night.